we're all in the good headspace to keep it presently rolling. If this is the highest it gets, then we're all grateful and really stoked with it. ELO, they taught everyone you can make music sound interesting but fun and quirky and not be overly flamboyant.
Yep.
Hi, how's it going? Chris.
Danny.
And then I saw a white light play down. I ain't been sober no more. You see that white light play down. I ain't been sober no more.
So 3 things, sound check, recording, interview. Anything from the band?
Man, we're just grateful. We're grateful to be alive, really. So yeah, I think. Yeah, no, we're sick. I think we're completely a well-oiled machine when it comes to music. So that's the only thing we can do right at the moment. So yeah, once we're all set up, like, can't wait to give it a crack. What did we sound check?
Tally ho?
Tally ho?
Yeah, shall we?
Alcohol, caviar, crown your whip, affluent conversation. On Matador, Sycamore, furthermore, I establish ground from what is zero, patio, chemical base.
Yeah, mine went as well.
I think there must be pretty catchy. Alright, we'll just do all 5 songs in a row then. Or close to 5 seconds. Woo!
Alcohol, caviar, crown your whip, affluent conversation. On Matador, Sycamore, furthermore, I establish ground from what is zero, patio, conversation on matador sycamore. Furthermore, I established ground from what is seaboard patio, chemical basins, or more line of avalanche, winterland, handicap bleeding from the nostril. Desolation rising. Desolation rising.
I thought it might be interesting to gather a few records and see what you like, what you don't like.
Okay.
Huh?
I can definitely see the first
I would
one.
say go for it. Yeah.
I've been waiting to hold this now.
What are we having here?
This is a bit of David Gilmour.
Okay.
There we go. It's funny because we were going through a Wikipedia page the other day on another interview, and it's down as Rich's favourite guitar player. So, but I think all of us, when we watched like Live at Pompeii, like Pink Floyd are like a massive influence. I mean, there are many bands. And yesterday we were trying to pick like the 3 most influential bands like ever, and this chat went for like probably way longer than it should have, but it kind of went around. It got down to, I think we had Beatles, we had Black Sabbath, and we had Pink Floyd. It was like, so the first one I was just like, bang on Gilmour.
Okay. And is Gilmour the same as Pink Floyd?
Well, I think it is. I mean, I suppose like they go and do different like Pink Floyds now, don't they? But David Gilmour, like,
Yeah.
But I actually don't know if I've listened to too much of David Gilmour's music. So, yeah, you threw.
If you would have to give this one away, who would you give it to?
Oh, it'd be Rich for sure.
Richard Yours.
It's his?
Yes.
What? He can have it?
Yes.
No fucking way! Oh man, that's mine. Then I want it. I'm gonna give it to me. Like,
Yeah, sorry.
no, that's alright. Wow. Are we putting them like this?
Yeah, okay. Hey.
Xavier Rudd, Australian hero. He's still like someone that's quite like pretty influential now. Like whenever he brings out music, it's like I will always give it a listen.
And a man with a mission, I would say.
A man with a mission, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good lad. I wish I could meet him. He wears a hat
Why?
very well. I don't know, because he's just like multi-instrumentalist, kind of. He puts his name on it, so it has to be good. If you put your, like David Gilmour, if you put your name on it, it's got to be good. So, Xavier Rudd, big up Xavier Rudd.
Silverchair. What was so special about this band?
I think because they came out like so young, took the world over really early. There's always one band that kind of just goes bang, and they just take hold of the genre. And I think when it was like grunge music, no one expected like a bunch of 15-year-olds from Australia to be like, oh, we can do that too.
Yeah.
And like they sort of produced this record and got, it wasn't just like a one-hit wonder kind of thing. They were like, I mean, with Freak or whatever, like massive riff, huge tones, great voice. There was like a bunch of bands sort of at the time, like Rage Against the Machine, like Korn, Slipknot, and then
Post-grunge.
yeah, pretty post-grunge, yeah. But I think them and Soundgarden and Nirvana was like the 3. And then when I moved to Australia, it was like everyone had this record.
We often think about, like we're talking about this band Silverchair.
Yeah.
That was suddenly successful decades ago. 2 decades ago, I would say.
Yeah, a long time ago.
How do you see your own position in this? You just released your 5th album, Night Gnomes. You mentioned it already. Where are you? What are you?
I don't know. I suppose like that's the scary one. It's like if you think about it too much and give yourself somewhere to aim, then you have something to maybe either achieve or probably 99% of the time, a lot of bands don't reach it. So I think we're all in the good headspace to kind of keep it presently rolling. And like if this is the highest it gets, then we're all grateful and really stoked with it. But then if it does go to another level, then I think it's nice to have that sort of like humbleness to be like, cool, it's like, it's already way bigger than any of us thought it would be. I didn't think we'd ever get out of the bedroom.
take another day off work? Can you take another day of freedom? Can you take another day of work? Can you take another day of sleeping? Can you take another day off work? Can you take another day of freedom?
Electric Light
ELO,
Orchestra.
yeah, huge.
What's special about them?
Everything, I suppose. They taught everyone that you can be orchestral and have harmonies, and you can make music sound interesting but fun and quirky and not be overly flamboyant. It was kind of cool still, do you know what I mean? And it's lasted the test of time. Like Mr. Blue Sky, for instance, is like still on every single radio station in the world. It's just classic. It's sick. Man, great record. Who would you give that to if you had to give it away?
Probably to you.
Oh man.
System of a Down.
So this is one of my favorite albums of all time. Why? It was just weird. Like they used those sort of Arabic kind of like guitar playing styles, like, and I think they're Armenian, aren't they? So it's like, but they used that again in a metal way, which was like I'd never heard, and I was like, what's that? Like it was really weird and quirky. And normally a riff would be very pentatonic, but they went such into a strange dialect. And the vocals were funny, but like you're like, is this a joke? But it wasn't. It was like heavy. And I think the more you listen to it, it just got weird. And we still play this in the car now. It's like I think every tour we've ever been on, we always just crank this record.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You were pointing this one.
I was going straight to the Tame Impala, yeah. I think probably of inspirations for bands.
What's so inspirational about them?
The Tame Impala pretty much just taking the world over with like what was quite an underground sound. Like to us it was like you had nothing on the radio with guitars. It was sort of like real poppy kind of bits and pieces or what was kind of going on. And then Tame Impala just came along and combined like the whole sound of Cream and like analog gear, nice warm tube amps and guitars and a delayed vocal that was sounding like, it was like, what, you can do this? It was like, and you could make it at home. And we started doing little bits and pieces when we were younger, but then we dived heavily into Ableton to be like, all right, how are you doing this? Like, where's your fuzz tone coming from? How is he getting that compression on his drum kit? And I remember watching a video with Kevin about like how he was trying to get the Flaming Lips drum sound, like when he was recording in a speaker, and Lonerism. But being a live album as well, like you can just see all the pedals they've got, like sort of, and what gear they're using to try and emulate the record.
How ambitious are you?
How ambitious? Oh man, like insanely, yeah, like sport, ingrained. Like, no, I think as well, it's like, you, like I said, you want to achieve, but you don't want to set the burden of failing, if that makes sense. So it's like, can you just, I know we still haven't wrote our best material, so it's like, that's the push. It's like, cool, we need to
Yeah.
keep going. But
That's nice to know. And if you have to pick one,
if I have to
one would it be?
pick one, man, I'm gonna have to go the old Beatles because that. Oh, actually, the Tame Impala live sessions.
Sir, it's yours.
Is it?
Thank you very much.
You're a hero. Thank you very much. Cheers, man. Different things, hey. Maybe just. Okay, cool. I'll just do it. Sender? Alright, 1 minute. Yeah, go on then. Yeah, go on. Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah,
Freedom again.
Sorry, my amp turned. I accidentally kicked the switch. It just went. Whoo. Can I have a bath?
In
Man.
the
already have one.
Yeah, man.
in the vinyl
How are you
factory.
guys not sweating your rings off?
I'm not on
I started this in a shirt.
Oh, dude. Oh, thank you very much for having us.
Thank you very
Sorry I smell.
No worries. Is that?
We
is that
just
it?
bonded. It's like-
I think that was 5. Was it 5 songs?
yeah,
Was that 5 songs?
that was 5, hey?